With all of that technical stuff out of the way, welcome everyone to the 2024 year-end wrap-up, review, renew, and reignite. I'm thrilled that you're here. So as we reflect on the year behind us, we can recharge our energy and ignite our inspiration for an amazing new year. I encourage everyone to stay until the end for a special gift. And hello to the VIPs who are in the room as well. We have Joyce and my trusty admin who is going to be monitoring the comments as best as he can. All right, so admin, we're on my personal page if that's, I don't know if you have access now because it's not where we thought it was going to be. Let me know in the chat if anybody's having any problems, if you can. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Doris, known as the Chaos Calmer, because as a life strategist, I help people to reclaim their time. All right, who's ready to get started? Type ready in the chat if you're with me. And if you're watching this on replay, go ahead and put replay in there so that I know that you got a chance to see it later on and we can interact together a little bit afterward. All right, on Zoom, thumbs up, we're ready to go? Perfect. So grab your favorite drink and a notebook and let's get started. So for tonight on the agenda, this workshop is designed to give you tools and insights to help close this year intentionally and step into 2025 with clarity and confidence. Here's what we're going to cover. First, we're going to review, which is reflecting on this year, what worked, what didn't, and any key takeaways. We're going to renew with a guided renewal exercise to reconnect with our core values. Then we're going to reignite to find motivation and create an action plan for 2025. Afterward, our VIP members will stay for a live coaching and discussion. If you've decided to join us for the VIP experience, it is not too late. It costs $9.99 for the extra coaching, and you get a workbook and access to the full replay and maybe some other bonuses. It is not too late. Head over to bit.ly, so bit.ly/wrap-VIP. Okay. I think my admin's going to put that in the chat on Facebook. And so everyone can join us if they choose. To make the most of this experience, I encourage you to participate fully, whether you're on Facebook or on Zoom. Of course, on Zoom, put your hand up if you'd like to chat, if you'd like to talk, so that I know. And we will go there. Oh, it looks like we're experiencing some more technical difficulties here. So let me see. I'll put the link in there. So that's https bit.ly/wrap VIP. All right. Okay. So again, if you have a question on Facebook, just leave me a note. Just checking here, make sure. Now, if anyone is live on Facebook, I can see it here, but I want to know if anyone else can see it. So if you are there and you are watching, please give me some sort of emoji or something so that I know that you're there. Okay. All right, now most of all in this, applied knowledge is power. So don't let this be shelf help. Let's do the work and make 2025 your year. All right, so I'm going to share with you the workbook. And And let's continue at that. If I can find the share. There we go. Okay, so you should be able to see the workbook from here. Okay. I seem to have lost sight of the people on Zoom. So if you do have a question, put something in the chat and I can bring us back and then you can ask the question for the Zoom people. All right, so let's look back on 2024. Reflection is where clarity begins. It helps us to see patterns, celebrate wins, and identify growth areas. Think of it like a map. If you don't know where you are, it's nearly impossible to figure out how to get there, where you're going, right? You need to know where to start. So I'm so happy that you guys joined me here today, but here we go. On a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied are you with this past year? For those of you who are on Facebook, you can go ahead and do this in a regular notebook. You don't have to have this workbook. But on a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied are you with this past year and why? Go ahead and write that down, and I'll take a minute here for you guys to write down your rating and why you feel that way. Okay. So next, what were your top 3 wins or proudest moments of this year? Go ahead and fill that in for yourself. For those of you who are brave enough, if you'd like, you can drop one of your proudest wins or most valuable lessons in the chat so we can celebrate that together. In the meantime, go ahead and write those down. Now, when you're reflecting on your top 3 wins or proudest moments of this year, does that change anything on the scale that we just talked about? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. All right. Now, what challenges did you face and what did you learn from them? And I'm seeing from my Zoom people that a big win was that better presence in the now and clients every single month. That's wonderful. Both of you, that's amazing. Awesome. Now, keeping all of that in mind, what are some notes that you want to remember for next year? Is there anything that you really learned when you think back on those challenges and on the things that you did? Is there anything that you want to make sure that you make note of for next year? This is a good spot to write that down. Okay, that was so good. Now, of course, after you reviewed, it's time to renew. This is a great quote that I thought was very fitting. When you assess and evaluate your goals, you will unclutter your life of the unnecessary. Because really, there's a lot of things that we do in our life that we don't know why we do it. We've just been doing it the whole time. Like, it reminds me very much of that adage of the woman who was preparing a roast. And when she was preparing it, her daughter came in and said, "Mom, why do you cut the ends off of the roast?" And she said, "Well, I don't know. That's just the way Grandma always did it." And then so they called up Grandma and they said, "Well, Grandma, why do you cut the ends off the roast?" And Grandma said, "I don't know. It's just because my mom always did it." So they managed to call up Great Grandma, and Great Grandma said, "Well, my oven was never big enough, so I always had to cut the ends off so that it would fit." Sometimes we just do things because that's just the way it's always been done and we don't question it. So it's always a wonderful thing to evaluate and question, why are we doing it? All right, so renew. If you've been around here for a while, you know that I like to plan what I'm doing around the moon cycle. And what you might not know is that only part of the scheduling, that's only part of the scheduling portion. The more important portion is living aligned with our values. Again, what's important. So the moon cycle is when we do things, but the what is why it's important. So I wanted you to think about the top 3 things that you value. So looking back over your year, after you've listed those top 3 things that you valued, if I were to audit your personal resources, which is your time, your money, and your energy, would those values be obvious? Really think about that. All right. If you have your top 3 values written down, drop a ready in the chat to let me know. All right. So if those values would be obvious for you, then awesome, rock on, you're doing great. But if no, you're not alone. This is so common, but it is a guiding principle to happiness, purpose, and fulfillment. So let's do a short visualization to reconnect to our values. It can be an in the moment, eyes closed thing, or it can be a writing thing, whatever feels best for you. Remember, this is live on Facebook, so you can revisit it and VIPs will receive a recording. So get comfortable. We're going to do a few elongated exhales to change our state. So take a deep breath in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now just breathing normally. Consider your top values and priorities in life right now. What do those look like for you? And I'm going to add health to it because if you did not add yourself or your health as one, I want you to remember that you matter and that you can't give to others unless you filled your cup first. So make sure that that's added here. So what does living out those top 2 to 3 values look like for you? Okay. Now that you know what it looks like, what does it feel like? Okay. Now, what can you do to align more closely with these values in 2025? Maybe it's something that you do more of. Maybe it's something that you need to let go of. Just sit with it for a moment and really consider what alignment with these values are and why it's so important to you. If anyone would like to share what their most important value or one of their most important values is, go ahead and drop that in the chat. I'd love to hear. Let's take a moment to wiggle our fingers and toes, hands, and feet. I want to get us back here in the present, reconnected to our body. And I'm seeing in the chat here that family and freedom are some of the more important values that are coming up for people. And that's fantastic. Awesome. These are amazing. And so now that we have aligned and renewed, it's time to reignite. All right, here's another quote that I like going into the reignite. If you always evaluate yourself in other people's mirrors, how do you know your reflection is genuine? This is a tricky one because, we want to be accepted in society. We want to be the good person. We want to be all of those things. And we often compare ourselves and we often try to do the things that are quote unquote right. Where in reality is, if it's right for you, it's probably right for the people who love you, right? Because you're surrounding yourself with the people who care about you. So, of course, they want you to do the things that are right for you. So, let's look in our own mirrors and make sure that we're being genuine to ourselves first, being our authentic selves. All right. Oh, I'm seeing health and self care coming up too. That's fantastic. Okay. So now that we're reigniting our goals for 2025, motivation doesn't just happen, it's built by connecting our goals to what truly matters to us. So, what is one big, exciting goal that you want to pursue in 2025? If anyone wants to share, I would love to hear it. If not, that's okay too. Just go ahead and write that down. Get as detailed as you can. What exactly is that goal? Now, why is this goal important to you? How does it align with your values? Let me know if I'm going too fast for anyone or too slow. What does success in this goal look like? How will you know that you have achieved it? What habit does a person who is successful in this do consistently? What is the thing that they do every day or every week? to make sure that they are reaching that goal. And what is the first small step you can take towards that? All right. Again, if you're comfortable sharing what that goal is in the chat, I would love to hear it. If not, that's okay too, because I know that can be pretty personal. Really kickstarting my business. Awesome. That sounds fantastic. Absolutely. Okay. Sometimes putting it out there in the universe, putting your goal out there in the universe is exactly what you need to claim it, right? It's the extra push, it's the accountability. And putting it out there can just be that. For others, it's the exact thing that keeps them from doing it. So decide what kind of person that you are and align with that, because both options are incredible. You just get to decide. And then schedule it out. Don't write this all out now in this beautiful workbook and then get super excited and then let it fade. Schedule it out starting with your health and then move through your values and the things you decide to do this year. You can high level decide when you're going to do it, maybe which quarter, maybe which month. Maybe you have a specific planner and you pick the actual week that you're going to do that thing. Or maybe you have a higher level. Maybe it's a seasonal thing. Whatever works for you. Pay attention to your strengths and how it feels when you're in this process. Use your strengths. In my programs, we go deeper when we set our big, audacious goals. So if you're sick of being overwhelmed or feeling like you're just spinning your wheels and going nowhere, if you're ready to turn those goals into reality, get the support and structure made specifically with your structure in mind, your strengths and your natural rhythms. If you want to reclaim your time and experience a long weekend every weekend or a week off every month, this is where some of my programs fit in. Okay, let me stop sharing here so I can talk to you. There we go. But I don't want you to take my word for it. Some of my clients are here tonight, and if they are willing, I would love if they are comfortable, they can go ahead and share with us what it's like to work with me. Go ahead and put your hand up if you're willing to share. Excellent. Thank you, Joyce.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so I've been working with Doris for about a year, and she is amazing. And one of the things that I struggle with is getting overwhelmed. I've got a lot going on. I've got 4 kids, 3 grandchildren. I have my two businesses, family, all that kind of fun stuff. And I didn't know how to organize myself. I come in, and I see I have to clean up my kitchen for instance, and it's like, where do I start? What do I do? How much do I do it? I almost felt guilty because I didn't know how to get at it, right? And so one of the things that Doris taught me is how to use my values and prioritize what needs to be done first. And that was actually taking care of myself, which I didn't do for a long, long, long time. And it's made a huge difference, particularly in my mental health. but also to get motivated and do things. So absolutely amazing. I would have never thought of some of the things. I also put a lot of pressure on myself when I didn't need to the point where my anxiety was way too high. And just being able to remind myself, because what Doris has taught me, it's like just look at what you want to do for you first. And if you get one or two of those things done, great. And if it's not part of your value, don't worry about it, right? If it's not part of your first spouse, it's not part of your family, if it's not part of your health, if it's not part of your freedom and your business businesses that you want to do, then do you really need to do it? Right? Is it really worth it? And it's allowed me to take that step back that I need and finally start moving forward in the last little bit to where, if I'm getting frustrated with something, I can stop myself and just breathe. It's like, it's okay. I can step back and either do it or not do it, depending on what the situation is. Right. And that's what I needed. I needed to have something that some way that I could just focus on what I needed to focus on when I needed to focus on it and not get overwhelmed. Because when you get overwhelmed, you're just kind of sitting there like, what do I do? When do I do it? Kind of thing. And yeah, she's been absolutely amazing. The other thing that I learned from her is using the moon and the different phases for me really made a difference. Taking some time off for myself, deciding that Fridays are my time. That's it, period. And taking being at the cottage when I want to be at the cottage, and that it's okay to do it, not feel guilty. So absolutely amazing. Like, yeah, sign up. that's all I can say.
Thank you so much, Joyce. That's fantastic. And you have come such a long way, and your people-pleasing tendencies have finally opened up so that you can include yourself as one of those people that you need to please, right?
Right.
One of those
Absolutely.
people you need to take care of. And I love that for you, and you've really come a long way in prioritizing yourself so that
Thank you.
can help others. Is there anyone else that wants to say anything? I see Tiffany saying she has a sore throat, but she wants to say that working with me has absolutely changed her life for the better. She has helped, I have helped her get organized and take the next steps to level up in her business. And I'm really helping her understand her values and how she wants to run her business based on them. She got clarity and a lot of inspiration. And of course, you're welcome, Tiffany. That's been phenomenal to work with you as well. And you too have accomplished a great deal. And I look forward to you launching your podcast so that we can hear all the wonderful things that you have to say and the people that you will be bringing on. All right.
I definitely want to add something if that's okay.
Sure.
So working with Doris, I would say Coach Doris has been an instrumental for me to reclaim my time. We always say that we can always get money, we can always get wealth. One thing we cannot get is our time back. And when I've started to work with her, she really, truly helped, I think, all of us to show how to be organized, because I'm a coach too, and I have so many things on my plate. And sometimes I just have ideas and I just go and go and go and don't take much time of myself. Of course, Coach Doris helped me to show how to organize and how to be more efficient with everything that I do. So thank you, Coach Doris, for your help. And I know there are a lot of women out there, or a lot of clients out there as well, or audience, that they're listening right now and they're in the same shoes that I am. So if you are looking for someone who is truly a kiosk comer and who actually can really help you to reclaim your time, please, please join Coach Doris. She will be absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you so much, Sarah. I really appreciate that. And yeah, you are a rising star as a coach as well. So I love everything that you're doing as well. And it's been phenomenal to be a part of that with you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I appreciate all of you and how coachable you all are. You put so much work into yourselves, and I'm proud of everything that all of you are accomplishing. So I invite everyone to book a call with me. Simply comment "call me" on my Facebook page or visit bit.ly, so bit.ly/meetwithdoris. Then we can see if we're a good fit for my programs. I have a founding members price right now in my stress-free business and life systems method program with limited availability. So please contact me before all the spots are gone. So for those of you who are joining on Facebook, I really appreciate having you here. It's been phenomenal to discuss this with you, and I hope it's helped. This will still stay live on my Facebook page, and I will share it to my Prompted Collective page as well, so that everyone has a chance to review it. And I want to thank you so much for being here. I hope that you found value in today's workshop. If you want to join us on the VIP segment, it is not too late. You'll also get another gift, and you'll get some bonuses. And of course, there's going to be live coaching. So go to bit.ly/2024 wrap VIP. Admin, if you could drop that link in the chat on Facebook, that would be fantastic. And then you can join us for $9.99 and you get some free coaching or some less expensive coaching and the workbook and the full recording. But for now, we'll say goodbye to our Facebook friends, and then we'll transition to our VIP experience. So everyone on Zoom, sit tight, though we are going to start with a short break to refresh our drinks or our bladders and say goodbye to our Facebook friends. So thanks again, Facebook.